Probably some of the guys out there working on the road, man, but they see you out there, they'll come out there and creep around and be nosy and stuff, trying to see what's going on. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna try to give these guys a few more minutes. Come on. What you been getting into, Joe?
You know the deal, bro. Went up there, man, in New York. I'm glad I was out of
Oh,
there,
yeah.
Got out of there before all that mess jumped out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You how things in Harlem, man?
And Harlem is Harlem, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing changed up there besides they don't have a lot of stuff going on outside like they used to.
Mm-hmm. You mean like people on the streets and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
well, it ain't that many people out there. Then they used to have a lot of vendors out there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's crazy, ain't it? That guy walking down the street with a, well, essentially a M15, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, they say it's legal, man. I didn't know it was legal to walk around in New York like that.
No, it isn't, man. You can't have no handgun in New York.
Well,
that wasn't a handgun.
That was a long gun.
Well, I'm talking, you can't have no kind of gun in New York.
Is that right?
No, you can't have no.
So why the hell? How he get that far with that thing, man?
I just walking down the street with it,
Right?
Well,
like he in a combat zone.
The area that he was in wasn't that it wasn't that many people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look around, there wasn't that many people around there. But it's a lot of them people up there in New York, man. That they just they mind their business, man. And nobody, if they hadn't got him on camera, they would have never known, because a lot of people just doing their thing up there in New York, man.
Yeah. Try to stay in the lane, huh?
Yeah, they trying to stay in the lane up there.
Mm-hmm. So what would you do, Joe? You walking down, let's say you've been up there in Harlem when you and your sister was up there, and all at once, you see this knucklehead coming down the street with, what looks like an assault rifle, could be a play gun, you don't know, but I mean, what would your reactions be?
The only thing you can do is just hit 911, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, like Max said, get out the way, and like I said, make a phone call.
Yeah, that's all.
So I wonder if anybody, somebody sent me a message. I wonder if anybody had.
I just sent the link, and maybe that person wasn't on there.
Let me see.
Well, you know what, Chester? That's amazing how he got in them buildings, man.
It's amazing to me how he even had the guns in the first place.
Well, he shot the policeman when he first went in.
Yeah, but he got mental health problems and and everything else. How in the hell he even get a gun?
How he get the gun?
He got one when he was in Vegas. I kind of looked. I did a little homework on it. He got that gun in Vegas, and you're allowed to. They don't really go in debt with mental illness unless you got a record or something and got a felony. They really don't. They don't because there's a lot of vets running around. That got mental problems themselves. That they still can purchase a gun.
I don't know about you guys, but see, my feeling is no ordinary citizen needs a damn assault weapon. I know about the Second Amendment, and I know we got some diehard people in that. My feeling is it's not necessary. You don't go hunting with them. The only thing you hunt with them is people.
Yeah, that's right, man.
I was amazed. I was amazed at how he got on that. How he get on that elevator because
somebody came down off the elevator and she got off, and somebody came down the elevator and she got off.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's how he got in there. But I don't know how. Really, you can't really if you ain't got no tag, no card, a security card for the.
Well, he went to the wrong floor. That's where. Because he wanted to go to the NFL floor. I guess he couldn't get to that floor for some reason or other. Maybe somebody had already pressed the button for the other one.
Right.
I read what you said. Keep a conversation to 3 minutes and short. You want to talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to come on and see what people had to say about the fella.
Yeah, we don't have to keep them that short. 5-10 minutes. We don't want to run 10 minutes. One person talk for 10 minutes because I might fall asleep, man. If we don't shift gears at some point, kind of like driving a stick shift. You ever drove a stick shift, Bill?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get up there at first, second gear and get in the second, and you just hold it there, man. You burn the clutch out, So yeah, I want you guys to talk, but yeah, I want you to be able to shift gears and maybe come back to it. We don't want to go too long. But that Bobby Jones, he been out of pocket now about 3-4 weeks. Where you been, Bobby?
Man, I've been on the road, dog.
I know. I
Got
know.
gotta get out there and touch some people sometime.
Yeah, so you was all down here in the Carolinas, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I was down there last week.
You was in the Carolinas too, Mac?
Yeah.
I thought you said
I
you
left
said you
Maryland and went to Carolina.
oh, then you came on down. Where'd you come down home?
Yeah.
Lewisburg.
Yep.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know you were from Lewisburg. I didn't know you were from
Hey,
Lewisburg, though, man.
well, I'm you're from Henderson area. You go
Yeah.
down toward Rocky Mountain. That's where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of it, Mac?
Well, the community is Cedar Rock, but the town I was on Castalia route, but Castalia is in Nash County. I grew up in Franklin County.
Oh, okay. I got a lot of people down there. There's Brodies down there.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I know some Brody.
Yeah,
oh
there's a
I
lot of
had
Brodies
Brody's
down
going to
that way.
school with me.
My grandmother and them from down that way.
Is that
yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Y'all might be related, man.
You never know.
Yeah,
You
I
never know.
was going to remind folks that I'm kind of like the odd duck in this crowd here because you know all the other guys, and you
Hmm.
either station with them, serve with them, or whatever. But me, you never even seen me except on camera, and we're connected by family, not by knowing each other.
That's right. Yeah. 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 Let's see. How we
My
related,
wife
Mac?
is
Well,
your
through
family.
your wife, right?
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
and that's how I met you is through your sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure did.
Oh,
Yep.
Katie?
No, my
No,
older
Martha.
sister.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Um, Mr. Price, how you doing, Ron?
Justin was trying to be my brother-in-law, won't you?
I'm good, man. How's everybody doing this evening?
uh, I'm
Justin
doing all right, Ron. Yeah, Joe, I was at one point, man, but that
trying to
that
be my brother-in-law.
that didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out. That didn't work out too good. Hold on, man. Give me a minute. I'm gonna put a little air on back here.
Yo, you got some air now, huh?
Yeah, well, the upstairs always was
Man,
working, Bobby. Is that downstairs unit, man, that went out on me, man?
Yeah,
man, listen.
when I first saw that, I thought you were doing it yourself.
Mac, you know what? I can I can do that kind of. I mean, I know how to service them, but all of that work, man. No, I can't do that, man. Especially in the condition that I'm in right now. No, no
Yeah,
way.
I was about to have a newfound respect for you.
I can do a lot of stuff, Mac. I mean, I was I don't know if you know, I was a in-home appliance.
I know that.
Yeah, well, I had a lot of challenges in that role, man. But that heating and air stuff, man, under them houses and all of that. But look, let me tell you this: I before the guy came out here, I went under the house, right? And I go under the house because sometimes if I get a pipe or something like that at a bus, I crawl under there, man, and fix a pipe. I ain't got no problem. Crawl space ain't that bad. So I went into the house before the man got here, just poking around, looking around, and some of the insulation had starting to fall down from under the floors and stuff. And I reached up there to push it back up. Man, I saw a snake skin under that big around as my arm.
Wow. As you came from up under it then.
Man, I came out of there like somebody was chasing.
But the good thing is you found the Skin, not the snake.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I look
Where
well.
there's skin, there's snake.
It's snakes, man.
No, he used to be there.
I don't know how long
It
he
used to
been
be.
there. I had
He coming back. And
few,
hey, he knew that was a good place for him to rub it off. I ain't going back.
well, a few years ago, we had a termite inspection, right? So the termite man came out and came on from under there. He said, "Man," he said, "Look," he said, "everything looked good." He said, "But I'm gonna tell you what, man. I saw the biggest snake hunter I ever seen in my life." I said, "Oh man, don't tell me that." I called a wildlife man out. He crawled under there, and I guess that's why some of the insulation had been pulled down. He in there poking around. He said, "Man, I ain't see nothing." But I forgot all about it, man. And like I said, I have, every now and then an old pipe or something will bust. The house been there about 30 years. I crawl in there and fix it. But man, I saw that snake skin the other day, man.
You know, throw some sulfur up under there. They won't be under there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody said sulfur and mothballs or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Mothballs and sulfur.
Yeah,
I got
man.
sulfur. Yeah, I got sulfur all around my house.
Uh-huh. So that works, Joe.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that
It's old
mothball,
school.
man.
That's old school there.
I'll probably get the smell of that if I put that under there. Mothball. Probably
yeah,
put it
the
in the house.
mothballs.
You
I
smell
ain't too fond of them things.
Mm-hmm. What you say, Bobby?
if you smell it, they smell it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to smell it. I can't stand that mothball smell.
Hey, look, it's either him or the mothball. I'm taking the mothballs every day.
And I can't do the mothballs, man.
Look, man, look.
I don't do.
You go ahead and do him then, because I ain't doing
Yeah,
it.
well, I have to, man. Had hunt him down because I'm not gonna sniff the mothballs. No, man, I can't take that smell. No, sir. But anyway, let me grab my notes.
Remember, you was in the Air Force, not the Army. You don't know how to really crawl.
See, I don't know how to crawl, but I deal with a lot of snakes in there, though, dog. So
Yeah.
there were a lot of snakes, so I can handle the snake, man.
I slept out there with them.
So you slept with him, Joe?
Yeah, I slept out there with them.
Yeah.
They didn't bother me. I didn't bother them. I definitely didn't bother them.
I tell you, man, I was in when I was stationed down in Panama. We had a little trail that you could walk from base housing up to base. I don't know if anybody ever been on Howard Air Force Base before they shut it down. But hold on, Smitty trying to get in. But man, I was walking up that trail one day, man, and it's like a one lane paved road. Well, the snake all the way across that road. You couldn't see the head or the tail.
Wow.
Looked like a log laying across there, man.
They full of them bushmasters over there in Panama.
I don't know what in the hell he was.
They call them bushmasters.
That joker, he was about as big around as my stomach, man. Whatever it was. So, I turned around and went the other way. And they had trees that would hang over that little path that you go up through. Man, when them jokers fall on you, man, that's it, man. You done. Get the constricting. It's all over. How you doing, Smitty?
I'm doing good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing all right, man. Where you been, man? You been back over the water or something, man? We ain't seen you in about a month.
I got all my grandkids that came in from Texas.
Okay.
So had me kind of busy. I've been in and out. I'm just getting back in the house now. I got
How many is that?
we got of my 16. Thank you, baby. Of my 16, I got 5 of them here.
You got 16 grandkids?
Yeah, and 1 great grand.
How many kids you got?
I got 6.
You got six kids, 6 children.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
I got a whole nation, bro.
Yeah, you won't play him, man.
You guys didn't have no TV?
I didn't have cable.
See?
So they came here. They're at my son-in-law's stationed at Fort Hood or Fort Cavazos now.
Mm-hmm.
So
what they name Fort Hood now?
Fort Cavazos.
Fort Cavazos.
Yes.
Wow.
They named it after a Hispanic Army war hero. And because the first name Fort Hood was after General Hood, who was the Confederate general, right? And in an effort to get rid of all those Confederates. They lost the war and rebelled against the nation. And then they started naming all these doggone bases and monuments after these guys. And they were on the other side. And
Wow.
so that they try to reverse it, and then they get this guy Hexcalf in here, and he trying to reverse it back.
Well, he did already did Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
Well, no, he thought he was slick. What he did was he found a private named Bragg, and then he named it after him.
Yep.
So that it's pretty much the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Right.
He an idiot. So you know, anytime you talk about him, we need to say the idiot Pete Hexcalf. Put the idiot in front of his name.
So what is Fort Benning? Did they change that one, Chester?
Fort Bennings, Georgia, down in Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm down here at Fort Bragg. I'm in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
They still got the signs up on the
That's
highways.
not Bragg anymore.
Fort Liberty.
They changed it back to Bragg?
Fort Liberty, and then
they changed it back to Bragg.
Changed back to Bragg, but the highway signs still got Fort Liberty on.
They ain't got to it yet. Cost it much.
As soon as these jokers are gone, they changed it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna last. All he did.
It's gonna be the Gulf of Mexico again, right?
Yeah.
You haven't heard too much about that lately either.
No, it's always been the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
Because there ain't nothing but Mexicans there. So if they own it, it's theirs, right? They don't own it.
Yeah.
Man,
see what the orange man don't understand, man.
He tried to do the Washington Redskins.
Oh yeah, he tried to.
Yep.
Well, he's throwing everything up there now because the Epstein thing got him running for cover.
Yeah.
Epstein got him running for cover. Anything that he got, you know, he'll throw a squirrel up there, squirrel, get you to turn the other direction because he know he in trouble. And
Right.
And, you know, the fact was that they looked at the records and his name was everywhere on the records. And he came out and talked about Bill Clinton went to the island 28 times. Whenever he says something, that's him that was at the island 28 times.
That's right.
Hey,
I believe.
has anybody?
He never went there.
Yeah, let him tell it.
Yeah.
But,
Has anybody seen this thing where it's a picture of Trump and a young girl back in the day? And they said it's Pam Bondi.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know if it's Pam Bondi.
That's what I don't know if it was either, but
it is. I saw that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They put it out there that the girl's supposed to be Pam Bondi, and when you look at it, I'll be damned if she don't look like her. I'm not saying it's her. She damn sure look like her.
Mm-hmm.
But the girl that him and Epstein got the dispute over apparently was a girl that Epstein grabbed from him from Mar-a-Lago because she was one of his little teenage workers at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Now, teenage workers at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
She committed suicide.
Right?
He be telling on his own self. He telling on his own self.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that man say that
she committed suicide. And I don't believe in that much coincidence. All these folks committed suicide. Epstein committed suicide. She committed suicide.
Well, Mac, it was three. Y'all correct me now.
I ain't going there.
But look, it's three or four of those women committed suicide, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did.
Three or four of them, they did.
The one I'm talking about.
Overdose, suicide.
Yeah. And then one of the lawyers committed suicide.
Yeah, so like Max says, something's fishy about that, man.
One of the lawyers died apparently of old age last week. He's 80 years old, so
yeah, okay.
He could get a pass on that, but you know, it's just kind of odd that just all of a sudden these folks are dropping off.
Well, I'm gonna say this about the Epstein thing. I'm sorry. From working in that Fed system, the boy killed himself because where he was at, there's 3 to 4 checkpoints that you got to go through to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't just going in there just because you feel like, oh, I want to walk in the shoe today. That's not how it goes. So yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, brother.
and did nobody kill him because they got too many cameras
No,
around, and 22 jokers went to jail for beating up an inmate in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go with
it's over an
I can't
hour.
agree with that.
It's over
I
an
can't agree
hour
with
missing
that though,
on that
Mark.
damn tape too.
Hold on. What? Hold on, man. What you say, Matt?
It's over an hour missing on that video.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said they cut that out. They don't want you to see that.
I know there's some minutes missing. I don't know if it was an hour, but I
Oh,
know
Yeah.
it's.
What,
I think it's about an hour and some minutes.
what video's that?
the
The
one
one that they released,
with the
the
camera,
Justice Department
the
released.
camera, with the camera on.
They
With
only show the front door. They don't show inside of the cell or anything.
Well,
well, if
you
they
you
did,
know
if
when
it's
you
not if
edit those
it's not
when you
video,
edit those videos, it
if
leaves
it's
a
not,
tag on.
I say this: if it's not video that they took after the incident, then you're not going to see inside the cell.
No.
Right.
Because the video, we cannot video inside the cells. So you will see hallway video, you will see movement video. You will not only time that they can put video in the cell is when the inmate is there actually on suicide watch.
Mm-hmm.
He was taken off because he wanted to come off. That's the only time they can put video in the unit.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody has to go in and out of that. He was on suicide watch.
They're supposed to do 30-minute checks.
Yeah.
Now, that's what people got in trouble for not doing the 30-minute checks.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I can't believe he did his own self. I think he has help.
Now, he in
I
there
just
by
don't see it.
himself.
I don't see a person. That's
I'm gonna tell
hard
you,
to do.
I done cut 3-4 jokers down that hung themselves in their cell.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard. I had one guy hang himself. He hung himself sitting up in the bed. It looked like he was reading.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did not know the man was dead. His roommate at the time had to tell us that he was dead. He's like, "Yo, man, come get this dead MF out this cell."
Mm.
No, he was dead
Mm.
because of the way he hung himself.
Oh, okay.
But I had a dude I cut down. He lived, but still, to hang yourself, it don't take long.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take.
I just think I think it does. I mean, in my mind, I just can't see that he
I
just
had a
he
guy. This is how
he
he hung.
had to have some help doing that.
This is how he hung himself. He tied the sheet around the bed. Then he put his head in the sheet and just twisted around
Wow.
until he lost consciousness.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Well, it just
you go in a cell and you see that. Listen, it's not pretty.
I know that's right.
That's why I said, when people would come to me about the Epstein thing, he hung himself.
Okay.
I just don't. I still
Because
ain't gonna. I'm not gonna believe that because
he
he had
couldn't
he had access to a lot of information, bro.
and that's
A
why
lot of it. A lot of people wanted him quiet.
and that's what. But still, he knew that too, and because he couldn't, you can't do time. I had a guy, and I knew his family. He came to jail for less than 24 hours, and he hung himself because you can't fathom in your head because especially somebody like him who's been out, traveled the world and everything, and now you're gonna be stuck in this 6x8 for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's,
That's,
oh boy.
that's psychological shit right there.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, like, and I'm speaking from experience of working in there.
Right. Right.
It's,
No.
like it's 3 or 4. It's 3 or 4 obstacles you got to go through to get into there. And the everyday officer, the everyday person that even work there, you're not going in that area unless you have validation to be in there.
Okay. You can't just arbitrarily just go in there.
No, you can't.
Mm.
Even at like the position I had. So I had a position called duty officer, which I had to go around and check all of these areas to make sure everything was good. That area where he was, I couldn't even just walk in there. I had to go in, I had to sign in one area, then they had to call a control to pop 2 or 3 doors for me to get in there. So it's not like you could just walk in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is suspicious. The whole matter is suspicious, down to his death.
Oh, I'm not, but hold on.
All the way down to his death.
Hey, Joe, I will agree with you on this. I'm not saying, because he can still make phone calls. And people probably told him, look, if you say another word, you got something to do. You got something to do. And they probably scared him into doing it to himself.
Right.
I'm not.
But yeah,
Or they probably
somebody to go in there, for somebody to go in there and do it, working in that system, I can't see it.
Or they could have threatened this girl.
And that too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they threaten him, I'm all with that.
Yeah, they threatened and said, listen, we got your girl in custody, and we're gonna kill her if you don't take if you you wake up another day, she's gonna be dead too.
Well, I'm sure he had other family still out here also. So
And that, all of that stuff,
been,
play, and I'm with that. I'm with all that playing a part. But for somebody to do it to him, nah, that ain't happening.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, it's from what I understand, it's 3 or 4 of those females that ended up dead.
Yeah.
With this thing here, man. Then Trump talking about this little the girl 16 years old. Yeah, I mean, you can hire excuse me, companies hire kids at 16, but to hire a young lady to work in a spa.
Right.
I saw the one of the girls talking on the news tonight. She was saying that she worked in the spa in the locker room. Now, I don't know if the men's locker room or the ladies' locker room, but like I said, most time kids like that, you're gonna put them on the front desk,
Right.
instead of back there with it.
Our towels.
Getting rubbed on and all of that, So
look, and everybody can see them, and everything's on the up and up.
Yeah. So he had to come out and say something. It's like me knowing Bobby Jones and T. Bates back in the day. They was out there running loose and wild like deer. And now I'm just using that as an example, man.
No, man, that's not a good example.
I'm just using. Turn your mic on, Ron. But Ron know what I'm talking about.
That's not a good example to use, man. That's like.
But I'm just saying, knowing the way you guys was running back there, man, back in the day, and then all at once see me riding down in a car with with you 2 guys, man, or at the Square Club. Come on, man. Yeah. Hey, you're guilty by association, right?
Listen, man, I'm gonna leave that right there.
What do you think about that, Ron?
Yeah, sometimes you are guilty by association.
Ron, hey, look, Ron, think back, man. Think back in the day, man. Let me see. Well, I can't pull Bill in this because Bill's straight up family man. But Ron, look, I was family man too back then. But look, you remember what was it? The side? What was it, Bobby? The side door?
The side door, yeah.
Side door. Square Club? What's some of them joints down there on Kirkwood? All down there on Kirkwood Street?
The Does, the Elk.
Yeah. So, I'm riding in the car with Bobby and T. Bates, and here come Ron pulling up, and something happened, and come on, man, how can I get out of that?
Yeah.
Ron? Tell me, Ron, might well say, just tell it, right?
Hey, some of the cats that I know, they damn sure give you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
He tried to leave early, but he was there.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right, Bobby?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because I wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there,
I heard about it.
I wasn't there, Judge, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I was not there.
Mm-hmm. Not to get off the subject, but I want to bring before I forget something popped in my head. Bobby Jones. You know,
Yes.
one night, me, you, and Catlett was down on Kirkwood Street, right? I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Look, I don't know, man. I guess it was something about, you just like to be in danger. I mean, that's like going into Iraq, man. But anyway, I don't know if it was off limits, but me, you, and Cat was down on Kirkwood Street. Uh, Went up in there, man. They had a pool table in there that they were rolling dice on. You remember that ball? You remember? And man, I pulled out a 20. I'm a roll. I'm gonna win me some money. I threw a 20 out there, man. I had the dice in my hand. I rolled that joke out there, man. Well, I had rolled my point, right? If you guys play dice.
Yeah.
I roll again, my point come up, man, and ropes come out there and knock the dice over. I had a fit. Man, what's going on? The dude told me, hey, man, the roach are part of the table. I
Oh,
said, good dog, we got to get up out of here, man. I went and I had to go to the bathroom, man. Went to the bathroom, man. I swear, I had on some leather bottom shoes, and the piss was probably that deep on the floor, man.
Lord.
Yeah, I was tipping in that joker, man. Hanging out with Bobby Jones and God rest his soul, William Catlett. You know, but anyway,
Hold on. Let's back that up.
you
You wasn't hanging out with me. I was hanging out with y'all. I was the
Bob,
young.
designated driver. He's a
He's the designated driver. Oh,
he's
Lord.
supposed to be. Look, he's supposed to have been the designated driver, but I think he was about full, Smitty. He probably about 3/4 full if he won't full all the way.
With the designated drinker.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, hold up, man. You got the Colonel on here, man. Hey, you ain't gotta be saying all that.
Yeah, hey, Colonel, man, you lucky, man. You didn't get some phone calls on some of us, man. Cause boy, we was out there wide open, man, wide open. I should have had my ass at home, but but anyway,
Thankful you made it through it.
yes, sir, yes, sir. But what you got, Smitty? What you gonna do tonight, man? It's on your mind?
Man, I don't even know where to begin. I've been kind of inundated with all this stuff going on, and it's like sometimes you want to just turn it off because it's just too much. But then you got to keep your eyes on it.
You got to.
Well, you got to keep your eyes on it. And so we I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm staying focused on it. I'm watching it, but I don't want to get overwhelmed with it. And sometimes it's overwhelming because I just saw where they pushed through the doggone his boy for circuit judge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Federal judge, right?
yeah,
Right.
Beauvais.
Bove, right? And man, he crooked as a $3 bill.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
mafia.
listen, I got a question real quick. Right. Not to cut you off, Smitty, but
Go ahead.
anybody had to pick up any medication on here this week?
No.
Because I want to know if anybody got paid when they picked up their medication.
Got paid.
Yeah, got paid when you picked up your medication because old boy said he gonna lower the prescription 1,500%.
Oh man.
So that only means that when I go pick up my medication, they should be paying me to pick it up.
Right. Yeah, he did say that. Didn't he?
And then this is the thing that I cannot get past because I know I don't care if these people only went to the first grade. They had life lessons to learn.
Yes.
And with life lessons teach you right and wrong. And how in the hell can you have somebody sit in front of you and you believe in them and they tell you they're gonna lower something 1,500%?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you say, oh yeah, he gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to figure out how you do that.
Right. It's impossible. It's impossible. I know it. Everybody, did you see You see Trump up there? He got caught cheating on golf.
Oh yeah. That's all the time.
I didn't see that.
Oh
What
yeah.
happened?
The boy get off the cart in front of him and drop the ball while he over in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
The boy, they get off like, I guess supposedly he had hit the ball and they looking for his ball. So when the boy get off the cart, he tossed the ball behind him, and then Trump get off the cart and he go look and it's right there. So like act like they didn't see it, they walked past it.
Right. Like that was his ball. That wasn't his ball.
It was his.
Yeah. Now. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then,
I mean, this a real man y'all talking about?
Yeah,
This was why he
saw
was in Scotland.
well, he dropped the ball and he out there cheating in Scotland. He was in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
At his golf course.
Mm-hmm.
right.
No, at their golf course. He say it's his.
Yeah, it is his.
No, it's theirs. His name is
It's
on
on their property, but it's his.
It's his name on it.
Right. Yeah.
He paid them people pay him to use his namesake. And
Right.
that's where he messed people up at. I don't think the son bitch owned nothing. He just it's like when they name the stadiums.
Right.
Right? That's the way he get people, right? He charges people to put his name on stuff so that they can have people come in because his name is on.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing you got to look at too, though, Bob, his kids in his first tour of the presidency, his kids were all in that White House.
Yeah.
You don't see any of them anymore.
No,
they all out there running his pieces he got out there.
His daughter got $3 billion from the Saudis. She good. She ain't got to do no more.
Yeah,
Right. That's right.
Or she said, "Hey, we
got." He did the same thing in Russia. He was doing the same thing in Russia before they looked it up.
And
he was getting ready to put up a place in Russia.
Yeah, and 100+ patents in China.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is a master of delusion. I call him now.
It's a gigantic criminal organization. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's
all part of the plan.
Yeah. Oh, listen. It's a scam, and they just pumping money out the back door.
Anybody ever seen a avalanche?
The truck.
Yeah.
The truck, the avalanche truck.
No, an avalanche.
He's talking about snowfall.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Snow, rock, whatever. Anybody ever seen one?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Oh, you mean in real life?
Yeah.
No, not only on TV.
Yeah, but we get ready to have one in the United States government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's
great. I always think of that before the last time I we were all on here together when Bobby said, "Get your popcorn ready," because everything's getting ready to fall. Because it is, and it is because we had spoke about it at the last time. The only thing that's going to stop this man is my higher power.
Right.
And I said that last time. And God is doing some things now to bring out awareness of this man.
Oh,
that's the way I feel.
Oh yeah.
With the Sami just happened. With what was that other thing? With his health scares that he had.
That's real. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's getting ready to come to an end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been great. And by the way, did you see? Well, there was one of our friends had a letter where ICE is trying to recruit folks.
Oh yeah.
Where ICE is sending out letters to like ex-military folks. If you're like military police trying to recruit people. So that because obviously they ain't got enough slave catchers. So they need more.
Wow. And, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's real, but it's been put out there.
Right. And they're offering what, like $50,000 bonus or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Dang, I might sign on.
They
So
offer
what I don't understand,
several types of bonuses.
what
Hey.
somebody explained to me about
$50,000 bonus.
Yeah.
Not on to quit, man. Shit.
about Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend. What's her name? Maxwell.
Max.
How they
Yeah.
could send a deputy attorney
Attorney.
general into the prison. She's already known to be a liar,
Right.
and they're gonna get her. My thing is she's gonna come out and say that, and what do you call it? She's gonna get Donald Trump off of this whole thing.
That's what the goal is.
That's what the goal is. Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well, from what I hear, they denied her. So
She's
her
she's not gonna get him off. What he wants is just more chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
So if she says that, just like you guys don't believe that the man hung himself in prison.
Right.
So people are not gonna believe if she says Donald Trump is innocent.
Right.
Because everybody knows he's a quid pro quo guy. So this
he is.
talking about a pedophile. They asked him, would he be interested in giving her a part? And he says, well, I could. Now, this is a pedophile.
Exactly.
He would consider,
Right.
that it's telling you where his mind is.
Absolutely.
Because all he does is he throws dirt out on everybody else, but when it comes back, he starts scrambling and threatening everybody. And now he's got these fools in government. They're all afraid. The universities are all afraid because they all got these grants, these federal monies that they receive.
Yeah.
So they're thinking they can't live without that federal money.
Right. That's
Because
exactly
they done
right.
bloated their administrations and their universities with shit that they really was nice to have, and now they want to say that they can't live without that. The only thing that they can't live without is cancer research and some of that other stuff. But some of that other research that universities do is all play money because the federal government is just giving a contract to you, but they don't necessarily use that study or whatever it is. They just over the years, and this has been going on for years, that the federal government has contracts with universities for different types of study. Goes back to the space shuttle and before then, because if you guys remember when the space shuttle first came on the scene, when it used to fly upside down, it flew upside down because they was doing studies of geological, geospatial, or whatever it was, and it had a lot of advantages, dual use, as they said, and also if you remember, there were missions where they were military and they didn't tell anybody what the mission was.
That's right.
Right.
The mission was to go up there and mess with everybody else's satellites, so we could see what they're doing. Yeah, because it goes all the way back into the 70s in the World Court, European Space Agency, and all those folks. They were against the space shuttle because they didn't have eyes.
Right.
So a lot of these universities got strung out on that money. But to pay him money just because he's threatening you is everything that the university is against.
Right.
Supposed to be against. But now we're finding out, Columbia and all these other people, okay, he's shaking us down, but we got to pay him. No, you don't.
Right.
The school, and when you think about it, if you have kids that have gone to school or relatives or whatever, what does most big universities have that other smaller universities don't have? Endowments.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Billions in endowments. They can survive without that federal money.
Yeah.
But it's white folks that's trading money, trading favors, that are saying to themselves, well, we got to make a deal with them because whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is, I've always been a believer that I don't necessarily follow what they say. I watch what they do. The rest of it is just garbage. I mean, people kill themselves every day in prison. Aaron Hernandez killed himself in prison, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that prison thing is not anything unusual to me. Yeah, of course we can all surmise that he had dirt, just like Putin's got dirt. I believe Putin has dirt.
Yep.
And that's what keeps Trump in line, because he gonna go so far. It's kind of like the old movies where the guy say something and then when nobody's looking, he call up and say, "How was that? Did I do okay? I didn't go too far, did I?"
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's a guy that's making phone calls as a president, and we're not allowed to know what the hell or who the hell he's talking to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Never been like that before in this country, but this
Yeah.
this is where we are in 2025. I mean, we can speculate on a lot of things, but the thing about it is we need to be motivated for the next election to stop this madness, because it ain't gonna stop until the next election.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And for us to buy into this shit they putting on TV every day, you're gonna kill yourself.
Oh, yes.
For
Yeah.
real.
It's just not worth it, because we know what the fix is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The fix is to vote their ass out of office.
Absolutely. That's why they're trying to fix it. They're trying to change gerrymandering. They're trying to change electoral thing. If
Yeah.
they get down to one polling booth in every state, they would do that.
But they
Mm-hmm.
told everybody they had to go back to the office and go back to work. These fools took the rest of the damn summer off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we
Right.
can't
They
do
didn't
nothing
want to
about it.
have that Epstein vote because they wanted to see them files.
They didn't want
So
to
They
file.
didn't want to be on the record.
the House Speaker sent them home.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, but their votes
Early.
are on the record, so they didn't want to vote for anything.
Right. They didn't want to get on the record. No.
Right.
Oh, girl put that to sleep, though, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Congressman Lee. She bust them and made them vote. She made them vote.
What?
And then when they did the yay, they did the yay and nay. They not the speaker, but the head of the majority leader, not Comer, the other dude, but he tried to say, well, yeah, the yays have the nays have it. Oh, girls like, no, let's everybody speak. So they went back over it, and it was eight yays and two nays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now they got to vote on that he had to sign the paper. So now they got to get the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bill, I ain't heard from you tonight.
They did that to themselves, though.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to us.
Yeah, they did it to us.
They did it to the country.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah. What you say, Bill?
What struck me was Bobby Jones made some very good points about a prison. And I was present to one of my friends telling me about a mutual friend who was locked up in prison. Said he was running things in the prison. I asked one question: can he go home at night?
Yeah.
He said, no, I said, we ain't running shit.
He was home.
If he's run the prison, he can go home at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So prisons, I don't, especially somebody like him who was under heavy watch.
Yeah.
I agree with Bobby. It'd be very difficult for somebody to get in there and do something
The dude. Yep.
that wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
About King Donald I. I mean, what do you expect when you elect a crook?
You're right.
I mean, you think he's going to stop being a criminal?
No.
Not, that's who he is. That's who he is.
So I just look at King Donald I and the part that gets me. But there is one thing I wanted to share. Since most of you guys are from North Carolina, I just heard a speech by a North Carolinian, Reverend William Barber.
My man.
That was very powerful. which he talked about Reconstruction and Deconstruction. And he said we are in a deconstruction period. And he talked
Yes.
about the Reconstruction and how you had a period of deconstruction where everything was going back to be reversed.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a period of deconstruction from Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act.
Right.
And the reason that struck me is it made me think of something that another North Carolinian had shared with me many years ago. A reverend named Douglas Moore, probably most of y'all don't know about him. He led the first sit-in Durham. First sit-in wasn't in Greensboro, it was in Durham, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Led by Reverend Douglas Moore. Reverend Moore told me that civil rights struggle has been cyclic, where we make some progress,
Right.
and it goes back, and then we have to start making progress again.
Absolutely.
And so it seems that we are in a deconstruction, a period of deconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a conversation earlier today with some folks talking about leaving the United States, that many blacks are leaving the United States. And in fact, I saw a video where a brother veteran had gone to Nairobi. He had relocated in Nairobi, and he said people looked like him and he felt comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems to be something that black people are doing. Descendants of Africans enslaved in the United States are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the first time that happened. That's what, believe it or not, that's how Liberia got created.
Well,
From American African ex-slaves going over there, and they established that country. I saw where.
Brother Smith, the interesting thing about Liberia for me,
not knowing that, hey, the basis of Liberia is America and the blacks from America.
well, the thing that's interesting about Liberia to me is that blacks could have gone to Haiti.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
They could have gone to Haiti rather than Liberia, because they went on. Oh, the reason we had a Liberian Civil War years back,
but that was during the Back to Africa movement.
Well, because the Africans, the Americans who went back to Africa never melded in with the native populations. They still remained separated. And when you had the president, that female president of Liberia after Civil War talk stopped, she was bragging about how she wasn't African. She was a descendant of Americans who had come there.
Right.
So in and of itself, I don't, there are some problems that exist, but I was just saying that recently there's been a movement back to Africa.
Yes.
And, like I learned from Chester many years ago, if it floats your boat, it's okay. If that's what you want to do,
right.
That's fine. It's no right or wrong answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is for people who decide not to go. Question is, what are you going to do?
Mm.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stand up and fight. We got no choice. There's nowhere else to go.
Well, if I had the ends, the money to leave the country, I ain't going no damn where.
Right.
I mean, that's the way I personally feel. I'm not going anywhere. I have it here in Fayetteville. I have let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grandkids here. And sometimes I try to talk to them about as much as I know about history with slavery and racism and all that. I grew up in racism, black and white school, white and colored signs and all that. That's, man, shit, I can't teach them that. That's all they need to do is start watching TV with Donald Trump and all his mess and his people that he have in his cabinet, and they can learn everything they need to know about racism.
Absolutely.
Because me trying to teach them, with King and all of them back there, all that marching and stuff they were doing, which is, doing that present time, they don't understand that. Me walking down the street as a kid and here come Mr. Charlie and Miss Betty, and I had to step out in the damn street. Nobody
Yeah.
explained to me
Mm-hmm.
why I had to step out in the street.
And
And
they calling you the N word.
yeah, people calling me nigga and all that. I mean, nobody never explained that to me. So I
Mm-hmm.
grew up, I ain't know what the hell that was, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't teach that to them. They're gonna have to learn this stuff on their own.
Exactly. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to no library look to read no books.
No.
But Chester, you know how easy it is to explain that?
Mm.
Ask them, have they ever been standing on a corner at school or someplace and somebody white comes by and they have to stop in front of them or near them and they start locking the door.
Mm.
Of course. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it in a nutshell right there. Why are you locking the door? And
That's why I say they don't have to learn it on their own, man.
the
Like you
people,
said, what you saying, that
the
example.
people
Right.
that are actually leaving the country are wealthy people.
Right.
Right.
Ain't no broke ass people leaving this country.
Because they can't.
Exactly.
And I think it's a cop out, Ron,
It is a cop out.
for them to do that.
They're only leaving because they're not getting the privileges that they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
That
They see that privileged life going somewhere else besides what they're accustomed to.
what they think they deserve.
Right.
Without working for it. That's the thing. And when I say work, I'm not talking about going out and get a job and do it monetarily. I'm talking about get out there and make things happen, not just for yourself, but for others. That's the work I'm talking about. They don't want to do that kind of work.
No.
Yeah.
To add on to that, they also, there's a lot of people that's leaving the Democrat Party and going independent. You know what I mean? And it's affecting the morale within the Democratic Party as a whole. I'm a Democrat.
Right.
I'm first vice chair of the Democrat Party in the town that I live in.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it. And the Hispanics, when when we were out there trying to get the message out about Project 2025 and all the other things that has already evaporated. I mean, not evaporated, but that has already shown their face. 2025 is live.
Yes.
Everything that's on there is happening right now.
Absolutely.
And we tried to tell them, we tried to tell the young people, and it boils down to what you were saying, Chester, that they're going to have to see it for themselves, and they're seeing it now, because a lot of stuff a lot of opportunities are being cut.
Yes.
For the young people, the younger generation of people, the grants in schools, the food stamps, all the stuff that helped the underprivileged, is being cut out. So they're gonna have to see it for themselves.
SNAP programs, all that, right? Yeah.
I lived on that Pell Grant money. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I did too.
Yeah.
That Pell Grant, boy, I look in the mailbox with my check.
Yeah, man.
I burnt it up.
I lived on it too. My wife was going to school. There you go. Get that check.
Yeah. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't that easy now. Then you can't take these kids to the hospital now. The Medicaid that they were getting. Some of these programs where they got some of these people ain't paying, but what, $2 for rent for their house? All those programs are being cut out.
Yeah.
They're being cut.
Well, that's the
right
whole
before
point.
your eyes.
That's the whole point of going after the HUD.
Right.
Yeah. And the HUD director is the only on that administration. That's the only one that's a black man. I think he's black.
But you know why, right?
Right.
So when, like you just said, they cutting all them programs. You said I didn't do it. The blacks can't be mad at me because it was a black man that cut the program. He set this brother up.
Yeah.
That brother don't even know his ass is being set up. He just so consumed with the free stuff, that he sleep at the wheel.
Right.
And
but I'll be honest with you,
why don't he introduce himself?
Yeah.
Well, let
I
somebody
was
see you.
never a Chuck
Let's talk,
Schumer
bro.
fan. Chuck Schumer is the type of guy that Chuck Schumer hung around long enough to be in charge. Chuck Schumer ain't got shit going.
No.
He has no idea what a plan is.
Right.
No, none of them really
A
does.
plan is not going up there with your PowerPoints and talking about what they doing. Chuck Schumer is not doing a damn thing, and Hakeem Jeffrey ain't doing a damn thing.
No.
Nope, they sure ain't. They sure ain't.
The only power they got, man, is to run their mouth right now, man. I mean, that's the only power they got.
Well, the
But they
stuff that
don't
Donald
put up
Trump
a
doing is
fight,
so
man.
overwhelming. It's just an overwhelmed them, man. They don't know where to hit. They don't know where to start.
Well, they're scared of the folks that are really trying to fight, like the AOCs and stuff like that. They scared to death of them that they're going to turn over the apple cart. That they just running from them. They're running from them, and they won't put them in power. If they put them in power, they might get a few things done.
Right. Yeah. Some of them old heads need to step aside.
They need to go because they don't have the balls for it.
89 years old. This is a different, that they're operating in, and they're
That's
not
right.
for it.
That's right. That's right.
If I could dig Harry Reid up, I'd kill his ass again because he messed the shit up for everybody. When we had the throne, he listened to Mitch McConnell. Well, you ain't always gonna be. We could have got rid of a lot of shit the same way they doing right now. We talk about how they doing things. They just ignore norms and all these other things.
Right.
The Democrat had that opportunity, but they refused to do it.
You're right.
And it's a thing where, like my man from Minnesota, the white guy from Saturday Night Live, when it came up about the sexual harassment on him, he got to go. He was one of the best guys.
Al Franken.
Yeah.
Al Franken.
Right.
He was one of the best senators in the caucus.
Absolutely. Because he was not scared.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean, they talk about Trump and some, Ireland said, sex offender has landed. That's what people should be saying every time they want to write these opinionated articles. That should be the lead doggone sentence of the article. Every damn thing he's been convicted of.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start the sentence with that phrase, a lot of people will start getting at who's really running shit. A felon. And like you said, Trump is a guy. He reminds me of that old Richard Pryor joke where they say, we crime and we don't pay. Crime don't pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every crime he commits, he's not trying to pay.
Now listen, fellas, I watch. I'm in the gym, and when I'm in the gym, they have all the screens up of all the newses, right? You got CNN, you got MSNBC, you got NBC. They got all the news up there, and they got Fox News, and they're on mute, but you can watch them. And I just look to see how many times they're going to talk about Epstein. And if you got your local people, right, that are watching Fox News, I'm on the treadmill for an hour. They never mentioned it. And I'm going to take you somewhere else. So when I was out of the country for 3 months, what news station you think is the biggest news station when you're out of the country? Fox News. The other ones
Is that right?
And listen, I saw a doggone black motorcycle rider with a damn Trump sticker on in the Philippines. And I was thinking, where is he getting his damn news from? And what it is around the world, Fox News and those kinds of things, they've locked in and they're pushing that agenda and that fake news. They're pushing that stuff out around the world. It's not just here, around the world, and they're only showing certain segments. They're not getting everything. Their audience,
but Smitty,
the Fox News, they're not looking at
Smitty. You can show that shit around the world. Those people don't give a damn what happens in this country.
I get
they got their own problems to deal with. Trump is the last thing. I mean, they look at Trump as a joke.
I hear what you're saying, Ron, but I'm talking about we've got a lot of Americans that live outside the country. Right. And that's what they're getting.
But those Americans that live outside the country, besides the military, they aren't voting in the process.
A lot of them are voting, bro. A lot of them are voting. They really are.
But here it is, Smitty. Here it is on what you're saying, right? That is true. But Fox That's not new.
That's tabloid news.
What Fox News is.
Oh, we know that.
It's not new. And when I say that, I mean, this is why I hate Good Times. I don't give a damn about the Jeffersons. And I never cared too much about Sanford and Son. Because these are the things that they made sure that they put up front.
Right.
So that people around the world could see me as a dark person, as a junk man with nothing, raggedy clothes, poor father losing his job every week.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things they wanted to put us out there as. They didn't want to show. They didn't like Bill Cosby didn't come along until the 90s.
Right. Right.
See, the thing with that though, Bob, you got to look at it though. That thing was in stages. It went from being dirt poor with the with good times and living in the projects like I did, until you moved up a little bit more,
moving on up
but that was
Jefferson's, where
right.
he owned something, because they didn't back then. They didn't own nothing, and then they went all the way up to Cosby's, where they had great jobs, like not great jobs, but they had they were lawyers and doctors. It was all in advances. That's what it was.
What I'm saying. You're right about George Jefferson. You didn't hear me say nothing about the Jeffersons because they showed them with nothing with Archie Bunker.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It went in stages.
There. In Good Times, nobody ever got there.
Right.
Even no boy that came on there that was quote supposed to have been dating Thelma and playing for the Chicago Bears. He got hurt. He had nothing. He had to come live with them, and they had nothing.
Right.
And then after that, though, Whatchcaller had died. The father had died. And they moved into another apartment.
But and you got to say
stages.
Through the stages, you saw the stages, because behind the scenes and the stuff we really don't talk about, behind the scenes, there are a lot of black people that were slowly but surely moving into executive positions and changing the narrative. In the beginning, there weren't a whole lot of black faces talking about how the show was written. Fortunately, by the time we moved to the 90s, we've got more people of color in there that are putting their input, and that's why the story changed.
That's not where I was going with it. Where I was
let me explain. Hold on, Bob. Let me explain 1 second. I'm gonna go back to you. Then I'm gonna go to Mac. But look, what Bobby is talking about is Mac, our man Joe Madison. How many of y'all know Joe Madison? You ever heard the name Joe Madison?
Yeah,
I know him.
And Joe Madison always talks about how people marginalize us. So all of those shows you talking about, Bobby, Good Times and the Jeffersons, and I mean all of them. It's just a way, Sanford and Son,
right?
Good humor, but still, it's just a way, and they still do it today. How they marginalize us,
right?
Now, one other thing, I think one of the worst things that ever happened, this is just my personal opinion, is when BET came on scene, because they didn't start with any good programming. They came on with the rappers talking shit about women, disrespecting women, and all of that nasty rap. And I mean, it just took it down to me to a place where it was just disgusting, man. And my kids at that time were, they were small kids, but getting up into that teenage time frame. I mean, it just, it affected them in a negative way, man. I think that's just my feelings. But I ain't heard from you, Mac. You got anything, man? While I'm talking about our man Joe, you got anything, Mac, you want to drop in the conversation?
Except for, I heard he might pardon Diddy.
Who Trump? Pardon? He did it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
He said something. Well, I thought he said something about he always liked me, so I like people to like me.
Well, he might, try to, get on the black side, man.
It
But,
be a
but,
distraction. That's all. He throwing whatever he can because he's trying to get this monkey off his back.
right.
Yeah, but that's what I say. I try to keep focused on the ball. Keep the eye on the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
I
We got to
you
keep
know
eye on the ball, man.
that,
Got to.
that Epstein thing.
It's
I
exhausting.
think that will. But no, I'm not sure. The people that worship him are going to worship him, even if he said one time, shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue.
Absolutely.
They still going to worship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
it's just I don't know what's going to happen to make the worshipers not believe.
Is
Mm-hmm.
it that they
You know,
worship him, or is it that they dislike people that look like us more than him?
Mm-hmm.
That's
What'd you
where
say? What'd you say?
well,
is
Bill.
is it
I
is
think
It
it's a
all
combination of the two.
is a
it all
combination.
goes down to
I,
racism.
I can agree with
Well,
that.
well, on that, a lot of people watch this podcast because I saw a response where a guy had on a Trump shirt and he was talking about, I guess he was talking about the podcast where we blamed it on race. He said race is the overriding issue. And I responded to him in this manner. What I shared was that many years ago I read a study that was done by a Chinese lady comparing racism in the United States with the caste system in India.
Oh yeah.
And Isabel Wilkerson
Yeah. I
has,
read, yeah.
has kind of plagiarized that. Hold on, Lena.
Yeah.
Well, this Chinese lady talked about racism has stages, and she talked about the most mature stage of racism, which one of the key features of the most uh, mature stage of racism is when the oppressed become the oppressor.
Ah.
And when the and in that stage, when the oppressed become the oppressor, racism becomes self-perpetuating,
Hmm.
which means that we have black people perpetuating racism, and that's what I tried to indicate to the guy that jumped on this podcast for the uh, importance we give to dealing with the issue of race
Mm-hmm.
in America. Because he came on talking about, well, y'all blame this on that and y'all, what have you done? What have you done?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying to myself, oh no, here comes the oppressed becoming the oppressor,
Mm-hmm.
telling us we haven't done enough. But did you do this? Did you do that? And I just got to the point that that's what I said to him.
You're
But
right.
I also went a step further. I have always heard this stuff, anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm.
When are we gonna hear something about anti-black?
Right.
Absolutely.
Y'all just spent the last 6, 7 minutes talking about all the anti-black stuff that we experience in our life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever talks about anti-black. When was the last time somebody was stopped for saying something anti-black?
Never.
Never. No.
Never.
It's
What
accept.
university gave up money and what lawyers exactly when because now you're talking about economics now. You're talking about a group that's seen as a powerful economic group, whereas African Americans are not seen in that light as powerful economically, which they are, but they don't know it because
Right.
they don't choose to acknowledge that and pull the power. And it's like they said, power is perception. You only have as much power as anybody give you. It's perception.
Is it and and you 100% right, Ron. And I tried to explain to a young lady years ago about um, um, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all that. I tried to explain to her years ago. I said, "Do you know why uh, Nordstrom's and Lord and Taylor and all of those places have discount stores?" She said, "No, why?" I said, "Because white folks don't go in there and pay $1,000 for them shoes. A black person will because they want to say, I got these from goddamn Lord and Taylor or I got them from Nordstrom's and they cost me $1,000. A white woman to go in there and she be like, I ain't paying no $1,000 for them. And she wait till they go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait a minute, Bobby. You mean Taylor and Lord, don't you?
Yeah, that one too.
The Taylor made it, and Lord knows you need it.
That's right. There you go. But yeah, so and that's the thing that we as a people don't realize. Like, I don't wear Nike shoes. People ask me why I wear Adidas. I said because Adidas was the first sneaker company or sports shoe to give a black man a contract. The first thing people say to me is, "Who? Run DMC?" I said, "Hell no."
Mm-mm.
I said, "Jesse Jackson." I mean, Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens.
And they say, "Huh?" I said, "Yes." Take a read on it. They wanted to go international. The Germans didn't want to wear Adidas shoes during the Olympics in the 1932 Olympics. So they asked Jesse to wear them.
Mm.
And he whooped everybody's ass. And from there, they went international.
Mm.
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 That's why I wear Adidas.
Mm.
And I tell people that every day.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what as a people we don't go out and try to figure something out. Like we'll go. I tell people I date. I don't do Christmas. I don't do no damn holidays because all it do is make shave richer.
Right.
Because hey, that's the only thing that Donald Trump has ever said that I agree with, and that is, well, they bought $10, let them buy two.
Mm.
That's the only thing I agree with him with. Because we need to stop going out and spending all our money in stores because it's a damn holiday.
Mm.
Because they wait for us.
Yep.
They wait for us to come. We know what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And we go out and we want to buy our kids the best this and the best that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. What about we coming up on the hour and a half now, but let me drop something else in. Um Driving while black in America. Everybody saw the Florida thing. And
Oh, but
this thing happened back in December, right? Last year, I believe, down Jacksonville, Florida, where the kid got pulled over for driving without, it was raining. He didn't have his headlights on. I guess they got a law that if it's raining, you got to have your headlights on. Did y'all see that?
nah, I ain't see that.
You didn't see that? Anybody see that? You saw it, Bill? Uh, you see it, Joe?
Where the guy busts the window and pull the guy out the car.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now the thing also with that, I believe last I heard on that say, they snatched this kid out the car, man, and punched him. It was a couple of brothers out there. They didn't do nothing to try to protect him. Brother cops was involved in it.
Yeah.
Some of the cops pulled up to the scene. They ain't had their damn lights on. And they did the bill. They didn't write bill.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got punched through the window, man, punched the kid, snatched him out, hit him up. They punched him again. You got a brother cop standing out there. He ain't doing shit, but standing there looking down at him. And and some of the other cops roll up on the scene, and what they arrested them for, hell, they breaking the same damn law.
Yep.
So it's almost like, man, we don't stand a chance, man.
But they got a shield on. See, they got that shield.
Yeah, yeah.
I became present as I listened to you describe it. Just I became present to NWA, what they said.
What they say?
Black police showing out for the white cop.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Yeah.
That's one of their lines.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
what about the one just happened in North Carolina with the man at the dump?
Oh yeah,
When they turned his truck over
yeah.
What
You
they
guys see that? You
down in
need
Clyde,
y'all need to see that one.
Clyde, North Carolina or something.
Yeah, that was ugly, man. I didn't see the end of that one, Bob. But
Yeah, he was he was at the dump and he
mm-hmm.
was the first one in line. He was there before they opened up. One white guy came up to him and said, "Well, you early. We don't open up to 7." So he sat there. So when he first in line, when they opened up, they came out and told him he had to go in the back and start over again because he was there too early.
Mm-hmm.
there's no damn sense.
So he does it because he don't want no problems. So he does it, and then after he get in there. Now that he's all kind of niggas and this, that, and the other, and they showing the video. He's like, yes, sir,
Yeah.
okay, sir, right on.
Wow.
So now they get bulldozers and they turning this truck over.
Right.
What?
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
So it comes down to they think that they were doing some illegal dumping or something, and they wanted to get, I guess, the people who were doing the legal stuff, get them in there. So then the people who doing it right to cover up what they was illegally dumping. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a situation like all of these white dudes, they out there calling him nigga this,
Yeah, man. I mean, ugly.
nigga that. That's right there got to cease, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the sheriff was out there, man. Talk same shit.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sheriff was telling her,
For a minute, man, I thought it was. I said, this shit can't be real. Can't be real.
yeah.
How bad it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugly, man. Real ugly.
And this is and don't get me wrong. Before Trump, it was happening. Before
Oh,
it's been happening, but it was suppressed,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Now it's just straight ignorant.
Yeah, they bringing it out, man. They come on out with it.
But
you're right.
they keep showing these videos on this thing where my man got the thing out there. He say, "Leave these black folks alone," right? They get out there, they want to still use the nigga word, and the black folks tell them like, "Listen, leave me alone."
Right.
They want to push up on them, and then the next thing you know, they sleep.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
They put
That's
them.
why I look at it. Look, that "Make America Great Again" is actually "Make America White Again." And, and I'm saying it. I was looking at this thing that went on earlier about down here where we at Chester in North Carolina, where they're trying to pull the money from Duke Healthcare for systematic racial discrimination.
Oh, yeah.
For the fact that they're hiring, African Americans and any of the other minority, as they call them, minority races.
And there's a lot of them. I was just in there.
Because they're hiring them, they want to pull their money from.
Yeah, I was just in there.
That's the craziest thing you ever seen in your life right there. And it's happening to a lot of schools, like we were saying earlier, but organizations are he's threatening to hold their money. It's like what Ron was saying. Everything's a quid pro quo to him. You do something for him, he do something for you.
Right.
If you don't do what he wants you to do, he gonna pull your money. Or he's already went. He started going into the what do you call it, the comedians late night TV,
Right.
because they're talking about him and laughing at him. He want to get them fired.
Yep.
He pulling their money.
Yep.
pull PBS money. He's just trying to do. He's trying to have his hands in everything that's going on in this country.
He want to be king.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
And he's going about it and doing it too. He's getting it done.
Well, he thinks the president runs the country. The things that he's being allowed to do because Congress don't have no backbone.
Oh no.
He just got his hand in every single thing in this country.
Right. And
he got a voice. He gonna tell a football team to change their name or else.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you get right down to it. Tariffs is the job of Congress, not the president. I mean,
right. But what he's proven to America is that everything in America is driven on the dollar.
Yeah.
And he's proven that if he hadn't done anything else. He's saying, if I throw enough money at this, or this, it doesn't matter what your morals are, everybody's going to come around to my way of thinking, and it's working.
That's how he got elected.
It's working.
Trump
it's working.
Was under the impression he was going to get something in return for voting for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised that none he did. He attacked Beyonce the other day. He attacked Oprah Winfrey the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Al Sharpton. He attacked him. You know, so he's trying to take the face of the African American.
He's going after.
He just can't.
Everybody.
He just can't stand the fact that someone is done or done better or perceived better than him,
achieved more than him. Yeah,
and I accuse Obama of a treason.
Yeah, but then
more than anyone else.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Joe, because this is how stupid they are. And you know, going through military schools, right? One of the things they taught you is when you make a decision, that decision is not just for today. That decision will ride out sometime when you make a decision on how something should be done or whatever, right? So now this joker wants to call, like you said, Joe, this treason thing on Obama. Well, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Your people was the one that nothing can happen to him because they said it couldn't happen to you.
Right.
Supreme Court.
Ain't that decision?
Yep.
Y'all dumbass saying that it goes for anybody that was in your position.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not just you.
Yeah.
So now they can't go back and say, well, oh, it don't work for him, but it worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how stupid they are. And so when they making all these decisions,
well, they'll find a way to do it, though.
What'd you say, Matt?
They'll find a way to do it.
Oh no,
they'll find a way to do it.
They're definitely gonna try to work around it, but at the same time, all you doing is showing that you are only doing things to make it work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
and even people, some people that believe in you, they're gonna say, wait a minute. What if I did something that you didn't like? Then you're gonna try to come after me too now.
Of course.
But here's the thing. The people that did the investigation, that put the documents together, put the case together, are saying there is no new information. They're saying shit. This is exactly what they do. They said, and everybody, starts scrambling. They're not gonna. She don't even know how to read the damn report. That's what the folks that developed the report. That's what they're saying. Horrible. And you guys know, being in the military, you've been subject to reports. And if the report was favorable to you, you went along with everything in the report. If it was unfavorable, then you start nitpicking it.
Mm.
Right? There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
you talk about that report,
but she's not producing anything.
And Ron, to add on to that, a lot of that stuff is just red meat for his base.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He throw it out there, and they love it because they didn't like Obama either.
But Joe, that's exactly where I'm at. So now when he says that, right, and then nothing happens, they like, well, why not? Because y'all wanted him to be this person up here, and you made these rules so it wouldn't hurt him. So now those same rules can't hurt that black man.
Right.
Well, Bobby, you know, this is this has been out there, you know, with Obama. Trump wanted to see Obama's grade, but he threatened everybody that had access to his grades not to release them or he's gonna sue them.
You can't have Ron, you can't have grades if you ain't never been to damn school.
But not only that, you know, the thing is that, you know, the stuff that he's saying is somebody nailed it a long time ago. It's an old playbook that worked for him in his mind. It worked for him before. So now he going back to the old plays. I mean, you know, he never, and they never liked Obama because Obama was a person that they hadn't seen in the peripheral. And next thing you know, they're like, where he come from? How did that happen?
Right.
See what I'm saying? They left the door open and they got stung. So now, you know, in this country, it's always been if a black person is a high achiever, some overachievers, they didn't get it by merit. It was some program or something.
DEI. There you go.
That is the reason why they are where they are.
But listen,
that DEI program.
I said this to a person. Anybody that has accomplished anything in their life has done it through DEI.
Of course.
Why? Because somebody helped you get there.
Right.
You wasn't born an Einstein. So if you became a doctor, you weren't born a doctor. Somebody had to teach you those skills. You had to have the mental capacity to handle that. So everybody's DEI.
Well, they just put a name. That's the latest name.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but you can go back to all the black inventions and things like that. Had those people not been able to do or be in a position that they were to discover some of the things that they discovered, we wouldn't have a lot of things. So this is some recency. You know, this is shit they call recency. This is just happening recently, you know, but and going back in the military, a lot of blacks weren't getting promoted because they weren't cheating on the test. They weren't driving the general's daughter to the prom. And then when black folks started doing that, they changed the game again. Right?
That's just like the president when Vietnam came around, Ron.
Yep.
How he got his way out of, you know, all those African American boys and all the boys in general that went to Vietnam didn't have the money to get a letter signed by the doctor saying that you got bad feet.
Right.
You know, and that's the reason. That's how he got out of Vietnam.
And most of the people that was in college that didn't want to go to Vietnam didn't have to. They didn't force them to go because they were going to be somebody in the future. Just what Bobby was just saying. So we don't want to mess that up. This is a future senator, president, or whatever. So they didn't have to go. But if you were sitting at home and you was working part-time, your ass got a notice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or even if you were in school, they didn't bother with you much.
Nope.
If you was in school.
If you got pro, you were gone. You got academic probation. Report to the nearest.
He said,
I used to tell them brothers when they were in the pool room trying to shoot pool with me, man, you better get your books. Then I see them on pro. Send me a letter from Fort Devon. Since you're in college, they're gonna send you to Intel school.
Yeah.
Intel school in Fort Devon. So if you got on academic pro, and that was at HBCUs, they would empty them out. Don't go below 2.0. You get 1.89. Nice knowing you, Bobby.
yeah.
Hey, that sounds like my transcript.
Oh man. Well, look, we coming up on 2 hours, just about hour 40. I'm gonna give everybody one more shot, one more bite at the apple. We'll let Smitty go. Well, Smitty back. Smitty, I'm gonna give everybody one more bite at the apple, man. We an hour and 40 minutes in, then we're gonna wrap it up. So I'm gonna start down at the bottom here on my screen.
Yep.
Joe, I'm gonna give you one more shot, man.
Well,
What you want to
my
wrap it
big,
up with?
my pet peeve of the night is Environmental Protection Agency and climate change.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we in a dire. This country's in a dire state now, and the Republican Party and a lot of the other they've got a lot of people behind the fact that it doesn't exist. Climate change doesn't exist,
Mm-hmm.
and with all the resources around that let you know that it does exist. Climate change does exist. The storms are coming out much stronger. Floods all over the world.
The heat. Yeah.
The heat, the extensive heat that comes. I mean, we had heat back in the day, but with this, it's just overwhelming a lot of people, and you know, they, like I said, they don't believe in it. The president doesn't believe in it. The Republican Party doesn't believe in it. The Democrats still believe that climate change exists,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but they don't want to do anything about it. Everything that we have done, we have went back on it. The windmills, he don't like them. He don't like the panels that people are putting up there for energy. The energy panels, he don't like any of that. The emission standards, he has went back on that, and the results are here. The results are here. You know, we're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That earthquake, the earthquakes and the tornadoes all over, especially all over the Midwest.
Yes.
Snowstorms, not snowstorms, but tornadoes and stuff in New York City,
Oh yeah.
unheard of,
Uh-huh.
unheard of.
You're right.
Like I said, the Bible talks about it. There's a chapter in the Bible that tells you all of this stuff is a sign of it's not the end, but it's a sign. It's signs
Mm-hmm.
that things are getting ready to get rough.
Right.
Mhm.
And so that's what I wanted to bring to the group tonight, man. That we have to, some way or another, get the message out that climate change is real.
Okay. Well, you getting it out, Jeff. You just put it out.
Yeah,
All right. That it?
yeah.
Smitty? Smitty, you froze up?
Yeah, I froze up. I don't know
All right. What you got, man? You don't like give you the last bite.
Like I said, like I said before, I'm just looking at everything. We're trying to stay focused. I just want to stay focused on all the stuff that's going on. Hopefully, we can make a difference. We're gonna probably have to get out our best foot forward and get people out to vote, and we're gonna have to watch the voting polls when the next elections come up because I'm looking for a lot of shenanigans that normally wouldn't happen are going to happen this time. It's going to be like the 1950s and 60s. So we're going to have to actually physically have to get out there and supervise this stuff and make sure that things go right so we can get the right people in power.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't get the right people in power, this is going to continue. And they're trying to turn back the clock, and this is true. This isn't the first time it's happened. Um, us, because we're a little older, we understand how to fight it. A lot of our younger folks, they're not really grasping it. We're gonna have to teach them how to fight it.
Right. Right. That's right. That it?
That's all I got.
Come on around to you, Ron.
Well, I think that I'd like to see in this country is that folks, we need some type of summit, whatever it is, where younger folk can be in a room and just voice their opinions, concerns about what's going on in the country, and the reason why they feel this way or that way about voting for this person or that voting. And then we have to go from there because it's not going to work if we don't get them in the vote.
Right.
It's not going to work. So we got it. That's problem. Issue number one, that's for me, is everybody of age to vote that's a minority. They need to be, I'm not going to say conditioned, but they need to get some other type of information besides social media. Social media is probably the worst thing that ever happened to the world. And there's some good things about it because people in oppressed countries like Iran and some of these other places, they getting information that they would never have gotten before. It would have been by word of mouth. You know, and word of mouth is not always a good thing because it depends on the word and the person whose mouth it's coming out of.
Right.
You know, so I just see us just, you know, spinning our wheels if we don't engage the younger folks. We that's a must.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That ain't wrong,
That's it for me.
Bobby.
Good point.
Whoa! All right, let's just open our eyes. So we down here in Arkansas developing white-only towns.
Hold on 1 minute. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a little feedback from you, man. I was okay. I don't hear it now. All right, go ahead. I was gonna tell you to mute your mic, but go ahead, Bobby. You good now? Go ahead, Bobby.
Here in Arkansas, and we building white-only towns.
Thank you.
But it's a good thing now, right? Because we want these white-only towns. But when I start thinking about Tulsa, Rosewood, Wilmington, all of these towns that were pretty much black run and black folks, it was a problem. They go in there, they kill people, they burn them down. Now all of a sudden, we want white only towns because people that look like me, killers, robbers, we bring the property value down and all of that. So my thing to anyone that wants to live in this white only town, can you please explain to me what was wrong with Tulsa? What was wrong with Rosewood? What was wrong with Wilmington? Nobody was bothering anybody. They didn't go out and kill people and tell you couldn't live in Wilmington or whatever. So my thing is, back to what I said earlier, sometimes you make decisions or you bring amongst yourself a situation that comes back to bite you in the butt. And to me, that's one of them 180s. You didn't want people to look like me to have their own, but now here it is, you want to have your own. You can't have it both ways. That's all I got.
Okay. Mac?
Hey, I'm supporting the squeaky wheel. Okay. So people like AOC, Jasmine Crockett. Hey, I'm supporting those folks because as far as I'm concerned, they're the ones that's speaking their mind. And I don't necessarily agree with them all the time, but I think they're right most of the time. So,
right.
Squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
We're going to support.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All
I'm
right.
ready with you.
That it, Mac?
That's it.
Brother Jordan?
Yeah. Chester, first I want to thank you for having the podcast because I think that the discussions that occur on your podcast are very open for the Black community, and you focus, and each person here focuses on many of the issues that affect the black community and are important to the black community. I was glad to hear what Ron said about involving young people because they are the future.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad to hear what Bobby said, what Leonard said, what Joe said about the Democrats. I thought was spot on, and what Max said about the squeaky wheel. So each time I come on here, I get overjoyed, especially just listening to the conversation that each participant puts forth. And I want to applaud you for the way that you have guided us in the discussions. And I'm reminded of something that I learned many years ago. To be a good leader, one must first learn how to follow. And I think by coming and listening and following and listening to you gentlemen helps make me a better leader. So I'm thankful. Thank you very much. I'm complete.
Okay.
I want to comment on what Bill said.
Yeah, go ahead.
About being a good leader. I think that's the major problem with our current president, is he was never a follower. So he don't know how to lead.
That's true. Yeah. Right. I agree with that, Matt. I agree. I want to respond to everybody good final closing points, but I want to say this to Joe. He was talking about Donald Trump don't like windmills. He don't like solar energy.
Right.
The reason he don't like that stuff, man, because all his damn money is in fossil fuels, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, he old school, man. Shit, he got money in gas and oil and all over there in damn Saudi Arabia. Man, hey, that fossil fuel and these solar cells, man, and windmills and all of that, man, that's some of the best stuff that ever happened, man. He ain't got no money invested in that.
Right.
You know, that's Elon shit. That's why he kicked Elon at the White House, man.
Yeah.
Shit, you know? So
he said windmills are killing all the birds.
Right.
I was surprised a lot of them people heated their homes over in Asia by coal. Carbon monoxide coming out of that stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
You go to sleep and you don't wake up.
But Joe, that's when you and I was over there back in the 90s, man. They burning all that shit, man. I lived downtown in Korea, man. Smoke everywhere, man.
Oh yeah.
But Smitty, can you speak on that, man? What's the solar like over there when you over there in
Philippines?
Philippines. They use a lot of solar and wind stuff over there.
They are moving in that direction. They've got a lot of matter of fact, they've got a whole miles and miles of solar arrays.
Yeah.
They're moving towards solar. They're moving towards electric cars. Matter of fact, I sat in the doggone showroom and sat in the cars of those Chinese BYD, Beyond Your Dream cars.
Mm-hmm.
Bad boys are beyond your dreams. They are beautiful, and they selling them, and they sell them in Europe. Matter of fact, I just saw a news clip this week about how hot they're going in Europe, and that's one of the reasons why they're trying to keep it out of America, because our market can't compete. They will not compete.
That's right. Trump ain't got no money invested in that shit, man.
No,
that's why he's against that.
Yep.
Boy, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up, man. We done busted 2 hours, man. Now, I got work to do now. I appreciate you guys coming out, man, and hanging out with me on the edge. So I'm done. Yeah, man. I did too, man. So I'm gonna wish everybody a good night.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
See you next time.
All right. See you guys in a couple of weeks, or I might send you some messages out after I talk to this guy, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, man. Have a good